This is really a very happy coincidence because recently I was touring the country checking on our PDM, Parish Development Model, where fish farming is one of the 7 activities. Coffee, fruits, dairy, food crop, poultry for eggs, piggery, and fish farming. It's one of the 7 activities for the small people, small farmers, the ones of 4 acres or less. Now, when I was touring, I was told that the problem was fish feeds. Really, I didn't know this was the problem. Because I thought that we had planners in the Ministry of Planning. You remember there's a Ministry of Planning. Why have they not planned for this? And then also there was a problem about poultry feeds also, apparently. So when I went back to Kampala, I told the AME company, the National Enterprises Corporation, to plan to produce fish feeds and poultry feeds. I don't know how far they have gone. But now, this is a better solution than the one I was trying to do through the AME company, the National Enterprises Corporation. Because, first of all, these people are bringing new capital. Because normally the AME company depends on the budget. The government must give them the money. But this is private sector money from outside, which now relieves us of that pressure to find budget money for the AME company to produce fish feeds and poultry feeds. So that's a very big relief. So I will now ring the AME people and tell them that you can do other things. But secondly, these are people with experience, long experience of how to do it well. I don't know how well the AME people would have done it, because I'm told those fish, those small pellets, that the fish is very discriminative. It eats only, I don't know how. So these people already know. They have been doing it in Holland for 300 years. When I've been looking after cows, they've been doing fish. So I'm very happy, because this is one big area resolved. The area of fish feeds, and now they came, I gave them land in Bukarasa for the poultry feeds. And other feeds, I think they also talked of even cow feeds. But with the cow feeds, I advised them against having a cow eating another cow. Because in Europe, they made those mistakes of a cow being carnivorous, and they had a lot of problems. So I'm really very happy this has now solved one of my headaches. I'm very happy to hear from the ambassador, the Netherlands ambassador to Uganda here, and Miriam Black, our ambassador to the European Union, about my plan to to shift our people from growing rice in the swamps, which was a big mistake, to fish farming, and then goes on up to Egypt. So these, what they call wetlands, are all branches of the Nile. So saving them would be very crucial. So the ambassador there, I want you to reinforce me. I had already talked to the ambassador of Denmark. She had also threatened to reinforce me. So I'm very happy really to be here. They continue the Netherlands so that we really support one another and create prosperity for all our peoples.
The biggest challenge we have been having in the ministry and the sector of fisheries is the issue of fish feed. It has been the biggest challenge. There is a will to do it, but there was no way of feeding the fish. The fish is like a baby. You produce a baby, cannot move anywhere if you don't feed the baby. The fish in Uganda has not been having any feed, except we have to export. I mean import. And one time they took me to see what Yalelo was doing. And I saw how we imported a lot of feed from Zambia. And they said, look, we can do it here. And I didn't understand still. And today, Your Excellency, I want to thank you for giving the opportunity for these investors to come. This is their first time for Uganda to have this biggest fish feed. And you can see how happy I am. During my time is when this big factory has been established here.
One of my first visits in this beautiful country a year ago was right here to this factory, and I can't believe what happened in just 1 year's time. So congratulations on the amazing work, a joint collaboration between Uganda and the Netherlands at its best, I have to say. So again, warm round of applause to De Heus. Your Excellency, your vision for Uganda's economy is clear and inspiring. And I have to say, you have instructed your ambassadors very, very well. Because the first time I met Ambassador Black, as I can say, we hit it off immediately. And what we talked about mostly was investment, promoting trade and investment between the Netherlands and Uganda. And if I have to say, your ambassador has a keen eye for business opportunities. And I think I can say that this factory would not be here today without her. So a big hand of applause again, Ambassador Black. But, Your Excellency, what makes our two countries such good partners in business? And I think that we are both historically agricultural nations. Our economies are built on agriculture, and we know what it means to work our land. The Netherlands is currently the second largest exporter of agricultural produce in the world, right after the United States of America. So I think that's something that I like to mention, I have to admit. And it's not for nothing that the Netherlands is currently the largest source of investment in Uganda. We are the largest foreign direct investor in Uganda. 55% of FDI in Uganda comes from the Netherlands. Also, the Netherlands is open for business from Uganda with our zero tariffs for Ugandan products. And you look at the trade figures, and the trade from Uganda to the Netherlands is doing well. It has grown with about 180% in the last 3 years, from $91 million to $254 going from Uganda to the Netherlands.
The factory is to create at least 10,000 jobs in fish farms, beside fish farms, but also farms that produce raw materials, and those at the distribution level. As Bon and others have stated, this company will buy about 80,000 to 100,000 tons of raw materials, such as soya, maize, cassava, sunflower meal, and sorghum, locally and to be exported to the region. and to improve the food and nutrition in this country. I must add, however, that accessing all these raw materials domestically in the right quantities and quality will initially still be a challenge. And that is why I see that there are huge opportunities for our youth. I've been talking to some of the youth leaders here for the NRM and the mayor himself, and of course the Honorable Minister in charge of Buikwe, that we really need to find some finance schemes so that youth and women alike can go into fishlings, in fish ponds and everything, but also into creating little entrepreneurship on the farms to supply Koudijs De Heus with the needs for their materials. I think this is in addition to creating the employment opportunities, increasing the export earnings, import substitution, fostering food and nutrition security. The investment strongly complements the key government programs and initiatives, such as the 4-acre model championed by Your Excellency, the President, where fish farming is one of the enterprises promoted. Secondly, sustainable farming by providing and fostering fish farming in swamps as opposed to growing crops such as rice. And thirdly, the parish development model through stimulation of increased production by ensuring markets and providing needs.